Hello, this is Rodolfo Vargas.
And this is Cecilia Vargas.
And today we're going to be talking about money, how Ceci and I, we became millionaires.
We have 20 different things that we're going to be talking about on this series. But today we're going to be sharing one with you, the first one.
Our relationship with money.
So when we started businesses, we didn't have anything. We didn't have money. We didn't have contacts. We didn't have referrals. We didn't know how to prospect. We didn't know how to speak English. Until now, we don't know how to speak English properly. But we're immigrants, and we came into a new country. We didn't grow up with money. So how was your relationship? Because I know you grew up a little bit different the way that I grew up. Would you say that? So how was your relationship with money when you were a kid?
You have to spend it all.
I know what you mean. Yes.
So I grew up coming from a family where my dad and my mom were both, they come from poor backgrounds. They went to college. My dad on a scholarship. My mom went to the state college, and they became doctors. They work very hard to have everything that they have now. So we don't come from a wealthy background. We come from hardworking family, having jobs, all of that. They had a business at a point. They had a business. They have multiple locations. They send us to private school, the best school, and that's how I grew up. But then my dad will make all the money that he will make, and then he will spend it. He will spend as much as possible and beyond that. So I grew up seeing that. I grew up seeing that.
The money was for him, or the money was for you?
So it was for us too, but my dad was really good at taking care of himself. Let's put it that way.
Got it.
But for me, I grew up seeing this trend that you got to use every single penny and beyond that of what you earn. Like you got to spend it all.
Makes sense.
The minute it will come in, like everything was gone. A new car.
Did they give you money? Did they give you allowances when you were a kid?
Never. No, they never.
Really? Really? Okay. They never give you money.
No, they never gave me money. So I hustled for money growing up.
Makes sense.
They will give me. My mom will give us sandwiches, homemade sandwiches, and then I will trade them for money in school.
Well, you were a hustler since you were little. And I grew up, I don't remember being in the streets or homeless or anything like that. No, we grew up good. I think that my parents sent me to good schools. My dad worked really hard. My mom is a nurse. So I saw my mom working. But my relation with money was always scarce. It was never like I could have shoes, but not the best shoes. You know what I mean? So I used to go to the school, and I used to see these kids with nice clothes, nice T-shirts, nice shoes, nice everything. And I was not that kid. You know what I mean? So I grew up in a scarcity. I grew up there is not enough. There is and I remember also wanted to make money, but Did you feel when you were growing up that they didn't like? Did you want money or not when you were a kid?
I wanted money. Yes.
Okay, me too. Me too. Now.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, no, I wanted money,
Did you feel bad for wanting money though? Did they make you feel bad for wanting money?
No.
No. Okay, I did.
The way you're asking me questions today is
yes, because I feel like I wanted more, and it was like, no, we cannot afford that. No, we cannot have that. That's different. That's for them. We're different. So I grew up thinking that I'm not supposed to want that stuff. I'm supposed to. I feel bad about it because I used to see these kids, so there was this kid, and. So this is school. This is maybe 7th grade, 6th grade. And I was not going to have Jordans, right? But I see this kid with Jordans. And at that time in El Salvador, we used to have colones, right? Colones. Yeah. And you remember that, colones. It was 800 colones. I remember that.
Wow.
It was 800 colones. 800 colones was like $100 or $80. That was a lot of money. And I see this kid with Jordans. I want to have Jordans. And I look at him, and it was so nice. But I was never going to be able to afford it. But I wanted, but I knew. And you know what else? I was afraid. I never told my parents.
Why I'm laughing.
I never told my parents that I liked the stuff. I feel bad about it.
You feel bad about it.
I feel super bad about it. I feel bad about. I wanted the nice stuff. I wanted the Jordans. I used to swim, and I wanted the nice stuff to go to swimming. I didn't want to borrow somebody else's stuff. So I feel bad asking my parents about the stuff.
So I grew up on a school that my parents could like pay for the school, but that was it. So we didn't. I have friends that they will come to the States to go to Disney World or things like that, or they will have like the princess backpack. I didn't have those. So my parents just make enough money for us to go there, and they make extra money to pay for extra stuff. So we never miss anything, but what we didn't have was an abundance of a luxury, like a luxury items, right? So for example, if we had a nice backpack, was because an uncle or aunt from the States will have sent it to us, like something like that. Like I really don't remember paying attention to that. But what I do remember when you're saying about the Jordans is that I wanted to have money, but like actual money, not nice stuff. So when
you wanted bills?
Yes,
you wanted dollar bills.
I wanted dollar bills.
Yeah.
I wanted actual money. So when I was 15 years old, my dad said, "What do you want? Do you want the money, or do you want the party?"
I'm talking about the Sweet 16 or the
Yes,
quinceañera. We
yes,
call it
the quinceañera. And I said, guess what I said?
You want the money.
I want the money. So my dad goes ahead and gives me the money.
Your sisters didn't want the money. They wanted the vacation.
My sisters wanted
the party.
The
They wanted
party, yes. My sisters got the party. I got the money. And then what ended up happens and then the happening is that he gives me the money, and rather than me buying stuff that were luxury brands, like I mean over there, right? Like our luxury brands at that time, it wasn't like today. It was just buying certain brand of jeans, certain brand of shoes, and which my sisters will typically buy. I didn't do that. What I did was I went to the flea market to buy new clothes, so I could buy from the same price that I will buy one pair of jeans, I will buy 3, right? So I bought everything the least expensive that I could buy, but I bought new clothes and I saved some money.
Smart.
And then I make my dad do the party.
That's a great
So I
story.
actually had both.
You have both. So you learn. You knew. You kind of knew how to work the money. You know how money works.
Yes.
So
How to navigate the system in my
that's
family
good.
too.
So when I'm talking about relation with money, let me give you some mindset that I had to work on.
But because of the school that I grew up in, I did thought that money was the root of all evil.
I get it, because it's religion.
Yes, I
spiritual.
thought that money.
The love of money is
the
the
love
root
of money is the root of all evil.
And people say the money is the root of all evil. No, the love of money is the root. That's what the Bible says.
Yes, and they will take us to these to these places to see poor kids, to go help the homeless. And I remember feeling guilty about having money, because why do we have money and the homeless don't have money?
Wow. So I didn't have that one. The one that I had was, I didn't have the religion one. I did not. I'm telling you, I did not. Until now, I don't have it, because you go to church, you see money there. Like, I mean, to build the church, you need money. To build the Bibles, you have money. Now, here's the issue that I had. I feel bad for wanting to make money. I don't know if that makes sense. Because I saw, let's just say I saw my family struggling. I felt bad for wanting to improve, to want it more. And also I feel bad when this book changed my life, when it's talking about Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, right? When it talks about you cannot afford it. You know, I used to hear a lot, we cannot afford it.
Oh, we cannot afford it.
We cannot
yeah.
afford it. We cannot afford it. So I hear that so many times that I thought that I couldn't afford it. Until I read that book, and it says, stop saying to yourself you cannot afford something. And instead of doing that, said, how can I afford it? Mm-hmm. So your mind start working to how can you afford it? And so my relationship with money was a relationship of guilt, a relationship of I feel bad for wanting to improve, for wanting more. I wanted to hide it. You know,
You're ambitious?
I wanted to hide my ambitions. No.
So we know each other since we were teenagers. So I just remember you all the time had money.
It's,
You all the time. Well, that was my impression, but you will probably like as far as I remember, you had a car. Like you always had nice stuff. You wear nice clothes. You always invited me to the nicest places. Like you took me to really nice places for dinner, for our first date, like stuff like that. Like then we started dating when we were dating long distance, and you will pay for my flights, like everything. Like
yes. But I hide it from my parents.
Okay.
I hide it from my family. I hide it. The desire to want it to get better, I hide it because I had this feeling that I felt bad about it until I had to change it. I had to change it. It's okay to want to make money. It's okay to want more. It's okay. Everybody wants to get more. Not necessarily money. Money is just something that gets you other stuff. Everybody wants to become healthier. Everybody wants to become more spiritual. Everybody wants to have more of the good stuff. So all money does, it gives you chances, opportunities. Now, the moment I get into an environment that they don't make you feel guilty for wanting more, I understood it. No, this is right. You can compete. I understood that money is a scoreboard. It's not the final destination. It's like it's the way that a society dictates if you're winning or in business or losing in business. Mm-hmm. So money is just a scoreboard. So somebody can say, I'm really good in business, but where's the scoreboard? I'm really good basketball player, but how many baskets can you make? What is the score? I'm really good soccer player, but do you make goals? So I understood that money was a scoreboard, and I understood that money started it's more like a game. You know what I mean? I see money more like a game.
Yeah, I learned that from the book, the Money Blueprint book, the one from T. Harv Eker.
Yeah.
He has this book that he talks about your money blueprint. And certainly I think that for me it was really big on you gotta have one versus the other one. And once I learned that you can have both, like how can I have both? To figure out how I can have both, that was a big one for me.
Oh wow, that's the way that you see it now.
Yeah.
You can have both. You can have a spiritual life, and because you feel guilty about the church, right? Helping the homeless. So you can help the homeless and have money at the same time.
Yes.
And anyway, the people that help the homeless are the people that make money.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't have money, you cannot help them. So what else? So
the best way to help the homeless is not being one.
The best way to help the poor people is by not being poor. Yeah. So I tell you one for me is money is the scoreboard. That's for me one of the mindsets that I have about money. My relation with money is the scoreboard. Now, what else for you right now? What is your relation with money right now?
Besides you can have both, that's a really big one for me. I will say that a misconception of money is the root of all evil. It's more the love of money. You loving money, it's bad, right? Like you making money a priority. So I changed that I read this book, The Blessed Life, and it talked about how important it is for you to put God first, and why it should be important, and how the rest of your finances are gonna be blessed if you put God first. So that's in my mind how
Interesting.
How things change.
So when God is first, God is gonna provide His abundance. Let me give you the other part. My relation with money. Money is abundant. Money is not scarce. I used to say, the money game is not like this. Money is not, if you have it, I cannot have it. You know what I mean? It's not a zero sum. It's not like it's like we can generate. There is a lot out there. This mindset that is scarce, that is not a lot, that only a few can have it.
Only a few can have it, or a big one for me was that if somebody has it, I don't have it because somebody else has that money. Like there's enough and there's plenty for everyone.
Correct. You want another one too? Here's another one too. The more you give, and I'm talking about giving, not necessarily is you're spending the money. I don't mean like that. Spending crazy the money, but the more you move the money, the more you give, the more you receive.
That was my dad's philosophy, though.
No. That was different. By the way, he always had money too. But
My dad always have money.
yes,
Until today, he has
but the
figured out a
more-
way how to
the more you
get the
give
good
it,
stuff of life.
What I mean, give it. I mean this. If you go to a restaurant, give a good tip. Don't give 15% or 20%. Give 30. Give a little bit more. You know what I mean? If
But I've been an stingy tipper too, of course. Like I've been the one that is like, I don't know, like, do I really have to give 15%? And it's right. Once I started
Give 30.
tipping like the wealthy, Jim Rohn taught me that. Tip like the wealthy.
yeah,
And
Jim Rohn teaches like this. It's not the tip. It's how you feel afterwards.
it's how you feel after. You feel like $1,000,000. You're like, oh my gosh, I deserve the world. Like I just make this person feel so great for their service. The other one is I learned when doing any service, when any service is being provided, not to, I'm a great negotiator.
Yeah.
I love negotiating. But I learned when it's somebody providing you a service, the negotiation can only be up to a certain point. So for example, if somebody is giving hairdo, massage, it's not like them selling you a phone. You can negotiate a phone, but a service, because it's the way how you make people feel, and that makes you more money. How you make people feel, how they do business with you, and it generates more.
Yeah, the other part about relationship with money is, or another belief that I have is, the more value you give, the more you receive. Money will come.
But it doesn't matter where you giving the value, though.
Correct. So you can give the value on social media. You can give the value spending time to a kid and teaching something to this kid, something that he's going to
But
use
it's
in
not
the
going to
future.
pay you directly back.
No, it's not. But the moment you give value, money is just, the society will pay you based on the value. The more value you give,
So
the more you
why
receive.
don't we share a story today? Why don't we share a funny story today? Why don't you share with everyone? You know which one I'm gonna say, right?
No, I don't know.
Why don't you share with everyone? So when we first, one of the things that they say when you get married, one of the big ones out there now, I don't know why I have receiving like on my Facebook feeds. There's quite a few videos that being like, what do you do when you first are getting engaged, when you first are getting married? Like, what are things that you should talk about? And one of them is savings and credit card debt. Of course, we didn't talk about it, right? Of course, we didn't talk about it.
No, I mean, no, we did. No.
Oh,
I mean, you didn't know all the details.
So why don't we talk about those details?
So I had that. That's what I want to say. I had that before getting married. Yes, I had that. So tell us.
So yeah, let's talk about it. How was it?
You knew.
I knew you had that.
I just didn't give you details.
I just didn't know how big it was.
At that time, it was a fortune.
But it was a fortune. But it also the concept of this good to owe these amounts of money on credit cards and just paying them one with the other one. But because this is something that people goes through right now, where they're thinking that is okay.
Yeah. So here's what happened. So before getting married, I had a credit card, and you know when you have a credit card and you pay with another credit card and another credit card, so I had those issues.
And then you get a 0%, and then you
Yeah,
pay
I
with
mean,
the next card.
a 0% is good. That means that you have a good credit. Okay, but anyway, so we got married with Ceci, and I have to. Hey, we have this. You remember that I told you I had this little debt? And she sees the debt and she says, that's crazy. And you know what? We created a plan to get out of debt.
Yeah.
And we started saving money. You know, the other thing is, yeah, you're right. Because people get married. Oh my gosh, you have the debt, the school debt.
The school debt.
So let's add it up.
Yeah.
Let's add it up. So school debt. Let's just say they get married and you have, let's just say, how much? 30,000.
30,000. A typical day is 30.
Times two.
30,
Okay.
20,000. So let's say 50,000 of credit card debt.
60,000.
60,000.
Okay.
Let's call it 60,000.
Plus, look at this.
Okay.
Cars. 2 cars.
2 cars, yes, and each 20,000.
Okay, let's say 15,000 each. So 30,000 both, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's 30,000.
Okay.
Plus the home, the mortgage.
Because they buy a new
Let's
house.
just
It's the
say-
pressure of society,
Let's
right?
just say 300,000.
Uh-huh.
Okay? That's 390,000. Plus, let's add the wedding. How about the wedding? $30,000 wedding.
$30,000
Plus
wedding.
the whatever, right?
Plus the honeymoon, another
Say-
10,000.
So 40,000.
40,000.
Okay.
And we just find out we're pregnant. We're gonna have a kid. We have a kid. We have the whole
So somebody
shebang, 20,000 delivering a
So
child.
somebody will have $450,000 in debt.
Starting their marriage. off.
Correct.
Yeah, tough one. Well, we were definitely not there. We just had a credit card debt.
No, well,
you had a credit card debt. I had savings though. But here's the thing. My mindset was I'm saving for a rainy day. And we had rainy days all the time, the first couple of years of our marriage, until I changed that mindset where
Yeah.
you don't save for a rainy day. You save for, you don't even save for your older save. You save for legacy. You
That's
save
right.
money so you can create wealth for your family.
So, we have so many things
I
to
had
talk
to- I
about.
had
the,
to talk
the,
about it.
the relation with money. Which other do you have?
There's tons of them. That the things that we change about our relationship with money, but I think that the main concept is you really analyzing like how do you feel about money? How do you because money is a thing that if you want more, you are gonna attract more. But if you feel uncomfortable, with years I've learned that the more comfortable you feel about money, you will bring more. More opportunities are gonna come to you of attracting money, and more opportunities are gonna come to you where you're gonna be getting paid more and you value yourself more.
That's
so it's more about you analyzing like how do I feel about money? What are my misconceptions? I think this book of the book The Money Blueprint for
There are many books
there's
about
many
money.
books, but that's a really good starting book.
What help us
starting
also is
point.
to have a mentor, to have somebody that we can communicate. We can ask them for advice on money. And I tell you this: books helps, association helps, events helps, and also healing yourself. I think it's a healing relationship.
It's a healing relationship. It's definitely a healing process. I think that an important one was we learned to create a budget. That creating a budget really changed our relationship with money. So what we did was we will write down what is our current budget, what is our minimum budget that we can live on, and what's our ideal budget.
And I remember we didn't have a big income. We had a very small income.
We had a very small
but
income,
We
yeah.
had savings because the way that we did it was we saw our expenses and we maintain ourselves in that budget that a lot of people criticize us.
Yes.
Because, you're living that. Well, that's our budget, And so we were making money. We started like this. I remember we started with 5%. I think we started, some people recommended to do 1%. So we started with 5%. So we started of our income, we started putting away 5%, 5%. Then we went 6%, 7%. And you had it all in Excel. I
Yes.
remember that.
Yep.
6%, 7%, 8%. We went able, I think, 40%?
There was a point where we were saving 40% of
40% putting away. That's the way that we were able to save a couple $1 million at a young age.
Yeah.
Because it was not the income, it's how much money you put away, how much money you can
keep. It's
keep.
no how much money you generate is how much money you get to keep.
I seen so many people making money, but they don't keep any money because they don't learn how to save money. So we learned that. I think that we got it to higher than that. And that's the idea, right? That you start with a little bit. Maybe we didn't have the discipline of saving money, but we started with a little bit, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we got it to 40 to 45% of our income to be able to live beyond. We live
Way below our means.
where below our means is what we live. And then all of a sudden you find out, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I have this much money. You remember another thing that we did? We created this account that we wouldn't see.
Oh, the invisible account. Yes.
We still have an
We still have an
account.
invisible account.
I don't see it. Okay, she just moved the money there. I don't know how much is there. because-
Once the money goes there, it's like a rabbit hole. We don't.
Yes.
It's a black hole.
Yes.
It's gone. It's gone out of. We cannot even. And we made a commitment. We're not gonna touch it ever. That's to create wealth.
So this habit about saving money or investing money, whatever you want to call it, for for the long period of time also create a sense of urgency to our income.
It create a false sense of scarcity, though.
Correct.
That's what it does.
So it's like, man, I need to move.
Because
I need to move.
even though you have the money, you're like, I need to move. I need to make more. I need to sell more. I need to produce more business because I don't have money. Even though you have it, when you're not seeing it, you're.
There is another book called Power Broke.
Oh yes.
Power Broke, that it tells you how were you when you were broke? How much hustle you used to do when you were broke? Are you thinking like that? So we like to think like that. We like to think
Till today.
till today, the power of broke.
Yeah.
You don't have to, even though you have the money, you're still thinking like if you didn't have the money. So that's power of broke. But anyway, very important message of today about the relation with money. And that's one of the first things that we did in order to start making millions of dollars is relationship. Like I said, I had to heal. Okay, it's like a relationship. You had to unlearn stuff that you had about money. But what's your relation with money? Do you have a good relationship? Do you have a bad relationship? Do you don't like money? Are you getting the advice from other people? You know,
That don't have money.
because other people they impose these limiting beliefs on us about money, and they bring it from their past, their other relatives. You know what I mean? And we got imposing. You can bring those courses about money. Money is abundance. There is a lot of money out there. So what are your limiting beliefs on money? How's your relation with money? That was the first thing that we changed in order to become millionaires. So if you like this podcast, if you like it, post over here the comments. And today we have Ceci.
Let us know what do you want to hear more about.
Yes.
Let us send us a message, comment on what are topics that you want to hear more about, so we can talk more about those topics. And make sure that you share it with everyone, like it at the bottom, and subscribe to our channel.
Awesome. Bye-bye, guys.